Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stole, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here. But it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
But the risk of infection using vampire blood could compound the situation.
I know, but your blood now carries remarkable regenerative properties. With our minds and your blood, there's nothing we couldn't cure.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
Let's pin it down!
I don't know if I have the strength.
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the
You seem to know a lot about...
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I am Xiaoxun. Thank you so...
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
One thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
She was a good person. Vibrant, full of life. She was kindness incarnate, my Mary.
You're a good person, Jonathan. And a young Ekon. A newborn cast into the night without so much as a candle to guide your way.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
How can I? I've destroyed my family. My poor mother. I can't even console her.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
Thank you, my lady. I will.
Good. But be careful. If I found you here, others may too.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
This one's mine! And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
This man stunned me with his
faith. His crucifix.
This is not good news.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've made myself perfectly clear. This is a private matter.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest. As you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She was murdered.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
I feel responsible.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost...
Ask your question, Vicar.
What words would you like to say to your...
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary.
You have been heard, my son, and your...
There. I confessed to that vicar. Do I feel better? Only time will tell.
Over there! There's one of them Vampyr!
fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me. Made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
Tell me what you are.
I am the whitened bones and blackened soil. The land made blood coursing through thy veins.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCullum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
Jonathan, please. I can't rely on anyone else. And this concerns you as it involves vampires. Someone has taken advantage of our more liberal tendencies here.
In what way?
Jonathan, I may turn my head when you or her ladyship indulge, but I will not allow this place to become a nest for street feeders.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Do you really believe they would come for us here? In such a public venue?
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
It seems the Priwen are redoubling their patrols in the district. I must be more careful.
Kill it! Die, vermin! Steady, boys! We've got one of them here! Leech spotted! Watch out! Filthy piece of shit! Fuck his boss! Shit! You'll pay for that!
This is Braille. I need someone who can read this.
Are you all right, sir?
I'm not sure that's any...
I hope you realize that...
Ah! I'm not afraid of these guards of Priwen.
I wasn't specifically referring...
They took my boy! I've had...
I see. But as I said...
Well, this part of town used to be...
Good evening, miss. I am Dr. Reed. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say?
I'm not here for charity.
Miss Edwina Cox. So,
Can I...
as long as you have money... Hello.
Can I see...
As long as you...
Good...
Hello again. The sad saint? I heard he was mugged.
Yes, he was. But he...
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the...
Goodbye.
Mark my words, miss.
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
Whatever do you mean?
I'm a tracker of these creatures. A vampire hunter.
You best be off
Good
to
evening.
your
Good evening. You remember?
Of course I did.
Thank you for your hospital.
I'm still Tom.
You need to catch him.
Tom,
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke.
the important...
A monster.
Why not try his night?
Where is it?
It's in an old...
Goodbye, Miss...
Teeth, claws, murders by night. Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady.
For now, everything seems under control, more or less.
Don't forget to keep an eye out for this garden.
Seems like the guard of Prewin is on Shorthampton's side.
Kill you! One stop! Die, vermin! Want some of that? Die, crush the leech, boys! Die, vermin! Burn it, boys! Die, vermin!
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
It's locked. All right.
There's one of...
Good evening, miss.
A fancy doctor lurking at night by the docks?
And what about you?
You want to know my secret?
I'm looking for Sean Hampton.
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum.
He was a patient of mine at the Pembroke...
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton...
Goodbye.
Come now, Lottie. There is still much work to do.
Why the long face, Doctor?
How dare you welcome me as if everything is the...
I'm still me in here. Just more alive, as a skull.
Since you left Pembroke,
Ask what you will. As the Lord is...
Why did you kill Miss...
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad.
So you claim Miss Jones' death?
Though Harriet was an angry, spiteful woman,
People have been murdered.
Have a little faith, Doctor.
How do you plan to...
Take this key of the old sewers. The entrance is by...
I will not look kindly.
I'll be here when you return.
Steady, boys! I've got cover. Stay back, beast!
That doesn't work. So that's it. These wheels control the water level.
gate should shut properly now.
These maggots have escaped the wrath of Ascalon for too long. It is time to purge the sewers of their filth.
You again! The one they call the sewer dog.
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you.
Finally, a touch of lucidity. You'll learn to respect the laws of Ascalon. Thy neck shall snap like it. Dare challenge the dictates of Ascalon? Whence you vanished, I'll slaughter these scalds while singing your name! To the slow as a snail. I shall crush you. Down, stay down. blood is now mine.
Return to your apothecary needles.
And thine shall be a fair skull to adorn my mantle. Down, stay down. Your blood is now mine. I shall crush you. Return to your apothecary and needles. Down, stay.
At least one skull escaped Virgil's wrath.
Safe we are, still. Drink now.
Bless you, Bridget.
This isn't the blood of a vampire, but it will quench your thirst. This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go. Go back to the streets and houses. There is no love lost between us, Vampire. But thank you.
Sean Hampton sent me here. I believe he wanted me to find you. Who are you?
If you must know, they call me Old Bridget. And this shelter is where we live.
I'm Jonathan Reed. I'm a newborn Egon.
I'm afraid I'm not sure what's going on.
I shall not bend a knee, young Ekon, but I sense your pain. Ask, and I will afford you my attention.
Why was that?
Fergal is the blunt instrument of the Ascalon Club.
What of this Ask?
Vampire society's elite in the Empire.
What the hell was that thing?
They are known as Volkod, and...
So was it you that Sean Hampton sent me to find?
Perhaps. The sad saint was always kind to us. He must trust you if he revealed our location.
The God of Priwan is hunting him.
The Scars have always been hunted by humans and vampires.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of...
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
Harriet Jones is alive. That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted me to find. I must talk to her.
No. Harriet is not alive. But you can speak to her. I must warn you. She is fragile and may not receive you warmly.
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate. Her mind is sharp as a tack, but her body is so weak.
Thank you. I will... Hello, Harriet. Do you recognize me?
Yes, you were from the Pembroke Hospital. The young doctor. So full of secrets.
I have so many questions I need to ask you.
I love questions.
How do you...
I can't see. I can't move.
Have you tried...
People here tried to feed me.
Does the pain...
It is not pain I feel.
Your room. The blood. What?
To see if I would be mourned.
Why flee?
Oh, it's always a pleasure to see...
Do you take pleasure in causing so much?
Nobody gave a damn about me. Not a tear shed.
Why did you come?
And why not? This is where I...
So you desire...
Yes, I'm with my own kind. Birds of a feather.
Will you respect old Bridget's wishes?
Bridget is kind. She only needs to keep...
I have a question of the utmost...
Questions. Questions.
Do you remember what you did after leaving the hospital? Did you kill anyone?
First, a question.
Very well then.
Are you like me? Are you...
We are not dead, Harriet.
I like what I am. I truly...
I know you fled the hospital with Sean Hampton. Did you...
I will not lie. I wanted...
Who was that man?
He used to be my landlord.
Shadows?
The shadows. They heard me, and I...
And these shadows, this presence...
It spoke only to me.
What makes you...
It whispered your name, Doctor.
Questions about me?
Nothing, Doctor. I said nothing.
Have you found the answers you were looking for?
There is too much left unanswered.
Get to know us. Spend time with us. And I may be willing to answer more questions.
What manner of creature is Harriet?
I really don't know. I'm not even certain.
What is a skull, in fact?
The progeny of a vampire, disavowed by her maker.
You mentioned that vampire blood has tremendous potency.
The vampire's sweet blood.
I thank you for your time, madam.
Your kindness has been ample payment, Ekon.
Thank you. It's locked. Are you all right, sir?
I could ask you the same question.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Oh, really? We'll go investigate somewhere.
I beg your pardon.
I said go.
Sir,
For fuck's sake, do I have to punch you in the face?
it's my duty to...
I'm safe here. Don't you get it?
I see.
Do you think I'm stupid? The night...
It's locked, all right. Sir, it's... I see.
Do you think...
I cannot enter.
No more words. Please.
How is London? I've not seen beyond these walls in such a...
It's locked. It's locked.
Welcome back, Dr. Reed. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers. Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reed, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
You make no distinction between...
We are God's children, Dr. Reed.
Harriet, Miss Jones, has...
That's precisely the reason I brought...
Harriet is possessed.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor.
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day, I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of his divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
Let's simply agree that all...
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges... You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
I really would like to believe your fairy tale. The good ghoul feeding upon the flesh of the dead. But I'm all out of innocence.
Do you question my faith, Dr. Reed?
Do you remember William? Oh, how his admiration for you was exceeded only by his hunger.
May his soul rest in peace.
A night will come, and you will suffer the same hunger. Someone who trusts you completely. A friend will die, never to wake.
You confuse your voracious appetite with my itchy hunger. I would never kill a friend, nor an innocent...
I believe you've discovered our defining difference.
No! No! Ah! I did... Ah!
Another corpse thrown in the streets. Someone's playing a very sick game. I know this brooch. This is my mother's. A birthday gift from father. 29 Pretty Orchard Street. That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go there.
A wave of bitter death to drown and purge our steam in wrath.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
A leech! A leech! Die, vermin! Look lively! It's on to us!
"29 Pretty Orchard Street. This is it. What's in there for me?" There's been a fight here. This window was shattered with violent force. Someone's been pulled through it and dragged through the street. Who could have done that?
Last warning, sir! Crush the leech!
There's one of them vermin!
To let her expire before... Get them all! Ah! Have no fear! Ah! Ah! The beast! Ah! It's one of them! Christ! Oh my God!
The marks on this woman's neck were made by the fangs of a vampire. This is the very flower. Her shoes and clothes are quite worn out. Only a golden watch.
I see you.
Right then. It's a sick game. But given no choice in the matter, I might as well win it.
Jonathan.
What was that? I won't let you escape. You're very fast, but I'll catch you. They've all been butchered. I can still sense a presence.
You! What have you done?
Vicar Larrabee, what happened?
Demon! Hell Scourge! Son of perdition!
Vicar! Jonathan's no demon. He's just a soul. Returned from the dead. Like your Christ, Vicar.
Mary, is it really you?
Oh, it's me, all right. Precious brother.
What is Mother doing here?
I'm gathering the family for a final reunion. All smiling, all dead. Thanks to the good Dr. Reed.
Mary.
Mother, say hello to your son.
Hello, Jonathan.
Mother,
What do we have here, Mother? The prodigal son has lost his tongue. Our Jonathan always had the first and last word at dinner. The entertainer, the star of our show.
I'm sorry. Let me explain.
Shut up. It's my turn to do the talking. I have this nasty hole in my chest, Johnny. It needs to breathe.
Of course. You can speak.
My prayers went so long without an answer. My husband, killed in France. My child, carried away by the flu. My brother promising to return in his letters, then disappearing in thin air. I went from hospital to hospital. Cemetery to cemetery. Grave to grave. I've lifted every stone in London, searching for an end to the nightmare. And there you were. In front of me. On a dark pier.
The hunger had taken me.
The joy to have finally found you. I longed for your arms, a final happy ending to so much tragedy, to tell me all would be well again, as you did when we were children. It was this filthy dock where you greeted your sister. I dug a tunnel from my grave with my fingers and teeth.
Mary, I thought I had murdered you. I tried to end myself. We've been through the same horror.
We are a disease, Jonathan. A sickness that corrupts all it touches. All we kiss, and all we kill. Look at me. Admire your ilk.
I'm so sorry.
Apologies will not suffice. I demand reparation. I want a miracle. Are you a miracle worker, Dr. Reed? No? I'll show you mine then. The family Reed, reunited and complete, living forever in a red sea of eternal love. Time to go, Mother. Say hello to my son for me.
Mary, wait. I have made friends with vital knowledge. Vampires. We are not alone, Mary. With time, we can learn to live almost as we lived before.
How long?
What?
How long will this masquerade continue? I've been watching you. All these nights in Whitechapel pretending you're still a doctor. You believe you're just fighting a disease. But it's you, the disease. Jonathan, you!
I'm a scientist. I'll find a solution. Let our mother go, please.
You're always the one to sway me to reason, Jonathan. But before, your motivations were always pure. Now you're tainted.
Let her go! She has no part to play in this.
Very well. Have you heard our good doctor? You can go home, Mother. Go home and rest in peace.
Yes, I'll go home and rest.
It's so easy to make them obey or forget. Puppets for our pleasure. I've seen you have your fun.
You are mad.
So that's what I am, Doctor. Mad. I was beginning to wonder. I've been hearing these voices in my head. One in particular, that of my dead brother. This is the reason I must kill you. Not for your betrayal. Not for our poisonous kiss. Not even for the lies you tell yourself. No. It's so that smooth and wicked voice will stop ringing in my ear.
Mary. No, don't!
Time to die, brother. And this time for good. You killed me, brother! Rest in peace, monster. You've spared the precious nurse Crane, but not your own Mary. Give me your blood, priest. Their final thoughts are just to die for. Kinslayer! What have you done? Kiss me again. I'll show you the same kindness you showed Sean Hampton. Come to me, Jonathan. Well, brother, it's time to bring this conversation to an end. Forever.
You know I will not play this game.
Calm now, Doctor. Like a rabid dog. Or think you're performing an autopsy.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'll kill them all. The kind Dr. Swansea. The sweet little lass with hair of red. I am the Harbinger, bringing your punishment.
Mary.
Don't you see? This is not me.
Flesh that never ages. All nightmare, no dream. Bring it to a close. Let me sleep.
I will find a cure, Mary. I swear it.
Then, at last, I can forgive you.
Blood. As I shed one last red tear for my fallen sister, I realize the entire world now revolves around this singular word. The epidemic that has stricken London is not the Spanish flu. It is transmitted through the blood, via violent biting, turning survivors into frenzied immortals. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. I am a vampire, born anew into an age of death and pestilence. While plotting factions close in around me, I am sworn to find the source of this epidemic. I am convinced greater perils are still to come. I know the answers I seek are hiding in our blood.